Yo, what is good, everybody? It's your boy Golden Falls, Golden What If, whatever you want to call me, and I'm back with part 2 of What If Deku had a copy Quirk. And as y'all saw in the very beginning of the video, if y'all are interested in anything that is showed or whatever, interested in general, make sure to check in the description below and check it out. But that's about it on that note. Let's get right into the what if. Let's get it. Aizawa then looks toward 13. 13, take care of the kids. Aizawa jumps off and begins to think to himself, how do they know about Midoriya, but also why do they want him so badly? What is happening? How does that hand freak know who I am? Midoriya looks to see Aizawa destroying the small fry villains, and 13 tells Ida to run and get help. As he does this, purple smoke covers them and Midoriya is teleported into the battlefield near Aizawa, and Shigaraki grabs his neck. Damn it, what the hell? Don't move, kid, or I'll turn your neck to dust. What do you want from me? Oh, don't be like that. I've heard of you. The kid who can copy all quirks. Very impressive, actually. But I also heard you were deemed a criminal by everyone. Okay, you know my story. What do you want with me? We want you to join us. Why would I join you? Just because you know my sob story? No, kid, because you're just like us. Admit it or not, our journey started just like you. Midoriya then turns toward Shigaraki while leaving his hand on his neck. Honestly, might as well kill me, cause I won't be joining you. Shigaraki closes his hand, but nothing happens. Midoriya then uses his telekinesis and begins smashing his organs. Then creates a quirk canceling cuffs, throwing them on him and throws him in the direction of the staircase. Good job stalling, kid. Yeah, he just loves to hear himself talk for some reason. Kurogiri tries to run and grab him, but Shigaraki screams, saying to bring in the Nomu, and that who cares about this kid anymore, that he can't beat something stronger than All Might. This monster called a Nomu then comes through the portal and begins charging at Midoriya. The Nomu punches Midoriya into a wall, but at the last second he activates Kirishima's quirk hardening to tank the hit. Oh, this thing is insane, huh? Midoriya activates his telekinesis and begins to try and hold it back. Damn it! Where's All Might when you need him? Midoriya's muscles begin to slowly give out on him as the Nomu slowly pushes forward until he hears, no need to fear, because I am here! All Might jumps at the Nomu and smashes his fist into his face. Please, young Midoriya, how long can you hold this thing still? Not sure, so get to work quick, All Might. Midoriya holds the Nomu still as All Might smashes it like crazy, eventually defeating it. Midoriya then can't hold his telekinesis any longer and falls to the ground. Hey, we did it, All Might. Now, I gotta take a nap. He passes out and the last thing he sees is Momo running to him. Midoriya wakes up and looks around the room. Oh, what happened? Oh, my head, it's killing me. Recovery Girl walks in to see that Midoriya is awake and tells him that basically he's been asleep for 2 days now and that school starts back up tomorrow. She also explains that the other villains and such actually somewhat escaped. I mean, not unharmed because of him, but they ended up escaping because of that warp creature, or at least that's what Aizawa told her. Whoa, really? I've been out that long, huh? And I don't really care about those villains. Whatever, it doesn't matter. And when can I leave? She tells him whenever he feels better, like feel free to leave. He just overused his quirk and it basically put him out of commission for a while. Momo then comes running in. She hugs him, saying how worried she was. Sorry about that, Momo. Didn't mean to make you worry. Momo then helps Midoriya basically get home, and the next day classes start up again. Midoriya arrives and Aizawa is actually waiting for him. Oh, you're super early, Sensei. Yes, problem child. Basically had to wait here so that I can thank you for helping us so much. No problem, Aizawa Sensei. Just wanted to protect everyone, I guess. Don't get too big of a head, though. You still have a lot of work to do. Yeah, I know, Sensei. Class starts and Aizawa explains that the sports festival is happening tomorrow and that he will give them the day to train. And basically the class goes as normal, their normal routine, and they basically take that day to prepare. The next day, the classes are announced and Midnight introduces them all. The crowd is roaring and Midoriya is called up to the stage for his speech. Hello everyone, all I want to say is everyone will do their best and put on a show, and that is not just a promise, but a guarantee. Midoriya steps off the stage and everyone begins to scream and basically cheer for the speech. Wow, Izu, that was an amazing speech. Thanks, Momo. It wasn't much, to be honest. The first event is announced as an obstacle course race, and everyone begins lining up, and Midoriya begins to float in the air. Yeah, this should be easy enough. Ice then freezes the corridor, but Midoriya just continues to fly out. President Mike begins to say that these obstacles will be nothing for Midoriya, given that, well, he can kind of fly. Midoriya clears the entire course pretty easily and wins by a large margin. Shoto and Bakugo then come in second and third place, and everyone else comes in at basically the same position as Cannon. Midnight then announces that the next event will be the cavalry battle, and the person who got first will have 10 million points. Whoa, that's a lot of points. Well, I guess I gotta win with 10 million points then. Everyone hears this and basically he gets death stares, but I mean, he doesn't really care very much. Hey Izu, can I be on your team? Yeah, of course. They try to get more people, but everyone kind of just refuses. They ask Midnight if it's okay if it's just them two, and she says, well, yeah, that's fine. The cavalry battle starts and Midoriya and Momo basically get charged at, but Midoriya then just flies up into the sky with her on his shoulders. Whoa, Izu, I honestly somehow forget that you can do this. Like, you can just do this whenever you want. Well, yeah, I mean, it does make events like this really easily, like really easy. She smiles and giggles and they just basically float in the sky until the cavalry battle was over. I mean, they basically then land when they are deemed as the first place winners. President Mike then announces that the next event is the 1 vs 1 tournament. The battle between Izuku Midoriya and Hitoshi Shinso will now start. They both walk to the stage and Midoriya copies his quirk. Whoa, what is this? Now this quirk is interesting. The fight starts and Shinso begins throwing insults at Midoriya about his quirk and everything, but Midoriya just stands there smiling. What are you smiling about? Oh, I was just thinking that your quirk is very good. Shinso tries to activate his quirk, but it doesn't work. What? Why won't it work? Oh, because I'm canceling it. Shinso then realizes that Midoriya's eyes are actually red. What? Are you that blessed? Is your quirk just that much better than mine? Well, I guess so, but if you train hard, I'm sure you can do amazing things with it. Shinso asks him why is he being so nice. I mean, he just made fun of him so much and tried to get him to basically talk out of basically all ill will. Well, Shinso, I know how it feels to be looked at like a criminal or a villain. Because of your quirk. I mean, that is why I don't really need to do this right now. Shinso looks at him in confusion and Midoriya just hops off the stage. Maybe we can spar sometime, Shinso? Midoriya floats to the stands and Momo flicks him on the head, asking what the heck is he thinking. Momo, that hurt. Also, I don't really need to win. I will get plenty of offers without it. She smiles and basically pats him on the head, saying that she forgets how sweet he is sometimes. And everyone just stares at them in shock. Hey, what are you guys even looking at? Everyone looks away and they both begin laughing. Midoriya then watches the rest of the matches, and Momo ends up losing like in normal, and Bakugo wins with relative ease, due to the fact that Shoto actually didn't use his fire side, but isn't actually mad, just disappointed at the fact that Midoriya didn't compete, and is still kind of distraught about everything that's happened in the past. The next day, Aizawa shows the board with everyone's names and how many offers they got, and Midoriya still got the 4th most. Momo taps him on the shoulder and asks how did he know he would get basically this many. He explains that, the word gets around quick about his quirk, and he feels that his quirk alone would draw in offers from pro heroes. Okay, class, you have until the end of the day to figure out where you want to go. And also Midnight will be coming in to help you choose your hero names. Midnight enters and everyone begins coming up and sharing their hero names. Then it comes down to Midoriya's turn. Well, the first part makes sense of my name, but the last part of my name is something I used to be called. But now I've come to basically terms with it. And I think it's better if I make it my hero name. The copycat hero, Deku. Midnight smiles, saying that the name fits him very well. Thank you, Midnight. He sits down and Aizawa enters, saying that they are dismissed when they choose their internships. Midoriya looks through his and finds one that catches his eye. Whoa, look Momo, I got Sir Night-Eye. Everyone turns, saying that they swore he doesn't even offer internships. Well, I'm definitely going to this internship. Plus, his quirk is amazing. Maybe I can copy it. Midoriya then basically submits his acceptance, and the next day, he says bye to Momo and a car picks him up to go to Sir Night-Eye's agency. They arrive and a blonde-haired kid greets him. Hello, Midoriya. Yeah, nice to meet you. What's your name? Oh, sorry. Nice to meet you too. I'm Mirio Togata. Please follow me. They enter and Night-Eye is waiting in his office. Oh, Midoriya, glad to see you here. But first thing I want to ask before we do anything is why you gave up on the festival. Oh, wow. Well, I felt like Shinso needed the chance more than I did. This may have been his only chance to really get noticed and move up to the hero course, which I think he did pretty good after fighting me. I know he didn't go very far into the tournament, but showed off his quirk pretty well. Night-Eye smiles and says, welcome to the agency. Night-Eye then explains that he will be training Midoriya in something he feels will benefit him greatly. Okay, for starters, I need you to basically copy my quirk, and we will continue. Midoriya does so and begins analyzing it. Whoa, this quirk is amazing, Night-Eye. Well, I assume you got a stronger version, seeing how your telekinesis is so strong. Oh yeah, so what do you want me to do? We're gonna fight, and first you're just gonna use my quirk, but I want you to add another quirk after every fight. Midoriya nods, saying so he wants him to learn how to use multiple quirks at once then. Yes, but also my quirk will help you in fighting situations, so learning to do this with my quirk first is probably the best route. Midoriya agrees and they begin sparring for the next 3 days, and he slowly begins to using other quirks, now able to use Night-Eye's quirk and one other quirk seemingly flawlessly. At the end of the training session, Midoriya decides to basically ask them a couple questions, but one major question. So this question isn't really for Night-Eye, but it's more for Mirio, so I'm actually glad you're here. Okay, what's up, Midoriya? Why do you have 2 quirks? And one of them is literally a mirror image of All Might's. Mirio looks at him in shock and tries to make some excuse up. Come on, Mirio, you know you can't convince me otherwise. Mirio then tells him that if he wants to know details, he should ask All Might, but he also swore that he would not say anything. I see. No need for that. I think I got my answer. So, Night-Eye, Midoriya is then cut off by a phone ringing, and Night-Eye tells him that he needs to take this. Night-Eye comes back into the room with a worried face. Well, Midoriya, we gotta send you back. Unfortunately, one of your classmates was murdered in Hosu City. What? Who? How? Sorry, kid, I don't know, but I'm sure Aizawa will tell you. Well, I called a car for you. Okay, Night Eye, thank you for your help. No problem, kid. Hopefully we will see you soon. Midoriya exits the agency and hops in the car that was sent for him. He arrives at UA, and Aizawa begins to explain the situation, saying that Tenya Ida was killed in a fight with the hero killer. The class is shocked, and most of them begin to cry, but Aizawa tells them that they must keep pushing forward no matter what, and use this as another reason to push yourself. Everyone agrees, and the next day then arrives. Listen up, problem children. We will be having a final exam, both written and practical, in 2 days' time. Make sure to study hard, and remember, if you fail, you will not be going to the Forest Lodge. Everyone agrees, and Momo and Midoriya studied together for the first day, but then the second day, Momo decided to actually help some other people in the class, basically that needed it because they were, well, failing. After the 2 days pass, the class takes the written portion of the exam, and Midoriya finds it extremely easy, and Aizawa reminds the class that if they do not pass these tests, they will not be going to the Forest Lodge. Everyone nods, and he tells them to get lunch, and then after, meet them at the gym. At lunch, the class begins asking people, like, basically what they will be doing, and most of them think that they'll be facing robots. Honestly, guys, I don't think we're going to be facing robots. The class asks why he says that, and basically with his responses with all the villain attacks, it wouldn't make sense. Momo chimes in as well, saying it would make the most sense to actually face maybe teachers and the teachers in maybe pairs or like in a trio. Everyone then leaves and heads to the gym. Aizawa is then waiting with various teachers. Well, looks like I was right. Okay, problem children, for the practical exam, we felt that robots were not practical anymore, so you all will be facing the teachers in pairs. Also, we are adding another student to the class for this exam. Aizawa introduces a girl by the name of Kendo and tells them that she is in Class 1A due to the death of Ida, and they all nod, kinda sad. Aizawa then says that basically the teams, but 2 people were left out. Aizawa-sensei, you forgot about me. No, I didn't, problem child. It will be you and Bakugo versus our very own symbol of peace, All Might. All Might then comes flying in from the sky. I am here! Midoriya rolls his eyes at the idea of teaming up with Bakugo, and they sit in the stands in silence for a while. Okay, as much as I don't want to plan with you, we need one. If that means escaping or knocking him out. I like the knocking him out part the best. Yeah, I thought so. So here's the plan. It is now their turn to start the exam, and they enter the fake city and begin searching for All Might. Bakugo charges at All Might and can barely hold off.
Where is young Midoriya, Bakugo?
Oh, that loser. I knocked him out at the beginning of the gate. I don't need his help.
All Might begins to scold Bakugo, but he just begins to laugh. Bakugo charges at All Might, but before he could react, he felt as if he was frozen in place. Bakugo blasts him in the face cleanly and just continues to unleash as many explosions as possible. Midoriya then reveals himself. He was using Hagakuri's quirk and also his telekinesis to restrain All Might without him knowing. Midoriya signals to Bakugo to back out into a nearby building, and Midoriya punches All Might using One for All. But obviously he doesn't actually know it's One for All, but using All Might's quirk. All Might then slowly gets up in shock.
I thought young Bakugo knocked you out.
Well, All Might, you fell for our trap. All Might says that it doesn't matter that he is still standing, but then looks down at as the smoke clears.
Wait, how?
Midoriya and Bakugo pass. Midoriya explains that after Bakugo basically sent a barrage of explosions, if they could tell that he wasn't knocked out, they knew they didn't, because then they knew they didn't have the power necessary to basically knock him out. So he used all the smoke as a distraction to cuff him.
Impressive, you two. Good job.
They both leave, and Bakugo tries to speak with Midoriya. Look, Katsuki, I'm glad it worked out, but doesn't mean I want to be your friend or even forgive you at this point. But I guess this is a good step in the right direction. Midoriya walks away and Momo congratulates him. Aizawa then tells the class that they will be leaving tomorrow, and even those who failed are basically still going. The people who failed sigh, and everyone is dismissed. The next day, they all meet up and get on the bus, and basically the class talks about how fun the camp will be. The bus then abruptly stops at a nearby cliff. Okay, why are we here? Midori activates Night Eye's quirk. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. The class asks what is like he talking about, but he just says, oh, he's just thinking to himself. They are greeted by the Wild Pussycats, and for a brief moment they talk. Hey sensei, should I just like hop off the cliff now, or should I wait for them? Aizawa just rolls his eyes. Well, class 1A, the training camp starts now. The cliff begins to shift, and the class goes flying off of it. And that is the end of part 2 of What If Deku Had a Copy Quirk. If you enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe. And if you guys blow up this video, I'll make sure to get out the finale to y'all as soon as possible. But yeah, sorry for the delay on this video. I had a lot of other videos in process of being made and posting and stuff like that. So this one kind of came out late. But yeah, if you enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe. And also make sure to comment down below any future suggestions for this What If or any other What If, obviously. And also, if you, like I said, if you like the clothing that you saw, or you like little anime trinkets and stuff like that, make sure to go check out the link in my description and use code GOLDEN for 10% off at checkout. Alright, I hope all y'all enjoyed and have an amazing day. Later.